Hello, good morning. We are starting with DSP lecture number 6. In the last lecture, what we have studied about? In the last lecture, we have studied about convolution, how to solve the problem by using convolution theorem. These are the things which we have observed in the last lecture, and there are three methods, as I stated, that the convolution problem can be solved by using equation. Then we can solve it by using we can solve the equation, we can solve the convolution problem by using three methods I have stated. First method is by using convolution theorem directly by applying the formula. Second method is by graphical method that you have studied in the last year in the signals and system. There you have studied about the analog signal. Now here we will be looking into a digital signal. And third method is to tabular method. So I'm going to explain you the easy method. So we have in the last lecture we have seen, I'm sharing the screen so you will understand. In the last lecture we have considered about we have tried to solve the example by using formula. So what is the formula for convolution theorem? Or in order to find out output y of n by using convolution formula, the formula is y of n equal to summation k varies from 0 to n x of k into h of n minus k. So this is the formula with which one can find out the convolution. So now we will be looking into a second method that is called as a tabular method. By using table, we can find out the convolution. Now the same problem I have taken once again. What is my input sequence x of n? I will take the whiteboard. So let us, my input sequence x of n. So x of n is the input sequence. What is that input sequence? X of n, which is equal to, once again, I'm going to write this equation or this sequence 1, 2, 3, and 1. So this is my input sequence x of n. Similarly, I have a second sequence h of n. So I'm going to take this second sequence. My second sequence is h of n. So here I'm writing h of n, which is equal to two sequences I have considered. One is input sequence, another one is impulse sequence. So impulse sequence in this case, impulse sequence is 4, then 3, 2, 1. So this is my second sequence, which is we are calling it as a impulse sequence. So here I have considered the formula, this formula of calculation of y of n by means of convolution theorem. We can exchange the order of the sequence so that this formula is commutative. We can exchange the order. So here while considering this tabular method, I have considered h of n as it is, but the input sequence x of n is folded and shifted. So folding and shifting, this operation is being performed on the input sequence. So here the formula which we have considered is, this is my formula in order to find out the convolution by using tabular method. So here the sequence is h of n into x of n minus k. So this is my input sequence. Now here, if you observe that both the sequences have started from 0. Both the sequences have started from 0. So folding operation, if I'm performing on input sequence, it will be folded around 0. The folding operation that we are performing upon the signal, it is going to be applied upon the index 0. So around the index 0, folding will happen. So what is exactly folding? That is whatever thing on the positive side that gets folded into a negative side. So this folding, now after performing this folding operation, this 2 is now located at n equal to 1. This will be get shifted here. So this is going to be shifted at this position. Are you getting this? This will be shifted at this position. The sequence will be, now my sequence will be, let's say 1, here it will be 3, then this 3 will shifted to further. So this 3 will come at this position. So this is going to be 3 going to be here. So this will be 3 and this 1 will occupy the last position. 1 will occupy the last position. So this is nothing but the folding. Whatever things are present on the positive side, all those are we have shifted on the opposite side. So that is nothing but at the negative side we have shifted all the contents. So here this is going to be here. Now here it is being represented at this point. This is represented here. What is the x of 0 minus k? Minus k is representing that the input sequence is now folded. Folded in the sense it is reversed. So it will be reversing will happen around the 0. This reversing will happen around the 0. So whatever sequence is there, that will be get shifted on the negative side of the axis. So here the sequence will become 1, 3, 2, 1, where the starting point of the sequence will be at 0. So this is nothing but the folding operation. So here my sequence has become at n equal to -3. My first point is situated, -2, second point is present, -1, third point, and at 0 the fourth point. So accordingly sequence will be generated. Now once you have generated sequence, as it is as the second sequence starts from 0, so we need not to shift the sequence. As it is, the point present for second sequence, the first point present at 0 index only, so you need not to shift the sequence. As we are not shifting the sequence, so what will be now my next operation? What is the next operation? Is to perform the multiplication. What is my next operation? Is to perform the multiplication. So am I audible? Are you able to unmute? Okay, let it be. Okay, so we'll talk about here we will talk about the tabular method for linear convolution. So I was here that what we have done after performing, okay, so after performing this operation of folding, then we will have to, as this impulse sequence at 0th position, so directly we can use a multiplication, because after folding, what I have told that the folding operation is just to change the position of the numbers. Now here the numbers are present on the positive side, those are shifted on the negative side. So that is in that way the first operation while performing the convolution, the first operation is called as a folding operation that we have performed here. So after folding operation, what is the next operation? Here we have performed the folding operation. So after folding operation, we will be performing a multiplication operation. So here next operation is multiplication. Actually in the next operation supposed to be a delaying operation or shifting operation, but here as both the sequences are starting from 0, we need not to perform the delaying operation or shifting operation, you can say it as. So we will be performing here multiplication, or we are multiplying both the sequences. So this 4 will get multiplied by 1. This 4 will be get multiplied by 1. So output sequence at n equal to 0 will be 4, because at the other positions the sequence is just 0. At this position the remaining sequences are 0. So what we can say that at this position, at this point, at n equal to 0, here we have substituted n equal to 0. So x of 0 minus k. So we have considered just folded sequence. So at this position, output y of n is just equal to 4. It is multiplication we are going to perform, and other sequences are not present, so we need not to perform the addition operation. We will be performing only a multiplication operation. Then next, when we are considering n is equal to 1, when we are considering n is equal to 1, then n is equal to 1, it is just representing x of 1 minus k. So here this positive 1, n equal to 1 we have considered. 1 is positive, that's why what we are saying that it should be shifted towards the right hand side. So shifting of the input, this folded sequence to the right hand side by 1 unit. X of 1 minus k is representing that shifting of the input sequence by 1 unit on the right hand side. And then once the after folding, then here it is the shifting operation that we have performed. So the shifting operation is depending upon the value of n. So here n is equal to 1. So we have shifted the sequence towards now the value of n is positive. Therefore, we have shifted the sequence 1 unit to the right hand side. We have shifted this sequence by 1 unit on the right hand side. So therefore this sequence now, after shifting, what we supposed to do? We supposed to perform the multiplication operation. So this multiplication operation will be 4 multiplied by 2 and plus multiplication and addition. So what is the last operation? Last operation of convolution is addition. So here we will be performing the addition operation. So here this is an addition operation. So these are the 4 operations, or these are the 4 different computations that we have to perform upon the signal. So here we will be performing, as we are performing the addition operation. So this addition operation we are performing. Therefore, this 4 gets multiplied by 2. So it has come, y of n will be equal to, in this case, y of n, it is equal to 4 multiplied by 2. So it is going to be 8 plus this 3 multiplied by 1. So this is going to be 3. So addition operation, after multiplication, we will be performing a addition operation. So 8 plus 3. So it has come out to be 1. So when n is equal to 1 is substituted, at that time output sequence y of n appear as a 11. Then next value of n, how many values we supposed to substitute here? Here the index we have calculated, this starting from 0, this is again starting from 0. So first index will be n equal to 0, and this has continued up to n equal to 3. This is again continued up to n equal to 3. So 3 plus 3, it is going to be 6. So index of n will vary from 0 to, what will be the index of n? It is going to vary from 0 to 6. It is going to be changing from 0 to 6. So this is going to be n equal to 1. Then we are going to substitute when n equal to 2. N equal to 2 means what? The folded sequence will be shifted by 2 unit on the right hand side. So this is going to be, this is the folded sequence. This is going to be shifted by 2 unit. So this one will shift at this position. So this sequence will be Am I audible? It is showing in between internet connection unstable. So I'm asking you again and again. No problem.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay. So, here the next value that we are going to substitute n equal to 2. So this will be shifted to 2 unit to the right hand side. So as we are shifting it 2 unit to the right hand side, the sequence will be like this. Here you can observe that this will be the new sequence now after shifting. So folding, shifting. We have reached up to 2 steps. Now my third step is to multiplication. So what we are going to do now, in order to find out output y of n, we are now performing multiplication and then addition. So here this multiplication will be so y of n, I'm writing here again y of n. So this is y of value of n is 2. So I can write here y of 2, which is equal to y of 2, which is equal to y of 2, that is equal to, now what will be the value? This 1 gets multiplied by 2. So this first value is 2. Then this 2 gets multiplied by 3. So second value will be 6. Second value is 6. Plus, what will be my third value? Third value will be 3 multiplied by 4. So 4 3s are 12. So this is my third value. Third value is equal to 12. So if I am calculating here, 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 plus 12 is 20. So next value at n equal to 2 will be 20. And accordingly, I can find out 0 to 6 value. At 7th value, naturally, there will not be any sequence further. So it is going to be 0 only. So this is going to be 0 after n equal to 6. Means at n equal to 7, you will be getting automatically value is equal to 0. So this is very simple method by using tabular. So everything you can observe, and it is simplest method for calculation of convolution. Is that clear, all of you? So we'll move further.
Ma'am, can you repeat once again?
Okay, I will repeat once again. Yes, yes, I'm repeating that. Okay, what we are while calculating convolution, what we supposed to do? The first step, we supposed to perform the folding operation. As the formula suggests, what we supposed to perform here? As per formula, we supposed to perform there are two sequences. One is impulse sequence, another one is input sequence. So those input sequence and impulse sequence both are commutative. So order of those sequence we can change. We can perform the operation with second sequence. We can consider in that case either it may be an impulse sequence or it may be an input sequence. So any sequence you can take, you can exchange the order, right? So the formula here which we have taken as for calculation of convolution is h of k into x of n minus k. It suggests that the second sequence, what is my second sequence? X of n minus k. This is my second sequence, x of n minus k. What I supposed to do? I supposed to perform the operation with second sequence. What is my second sequence? Here in this case, I have considered second sequence as an input sequence. So operation, what are the operation that we are performing on the second sequence? That is, we will be folding the sequence and then we will be shifting the sequence, right? So here the input sequence x of n represented here, h of n and x of n. First sequence is h of n. So this is represented as 4 3 2 1, and second sequence x of n will be 1 2 3 and 1. Now what I am doing, I'm going to substitute value of n subsequently so that I can find out the output y of n. So if I am substituting n equal to 0, what I am getting here? H of k multiplied by x of minus k. If x of minus k is representing that the sequence is folded. So folding of this sequence, how we can perform this folding of sequence? The folding of the any sequence is carried out around 0. About 0 only it is going to be folded. Means the point at 0 will remain as it is. Whatever points or whatever sequence present on the positive or negative side, that will be shifted on the opposite side. So here all the points are present on the positive side, so all points will get shifted on the negative side. So what will happen? This 2 will take the position at here, the 3 will take further position, and this 1 will take the last position. So in this way the sequence will be folded around 0. Is that clear? folding is we are going to perform around 0. So here this is going to be my folded sequence x of minus k. So what is that sequence? 1, 3, 2, 1. So this is my folded sequence, right? So after folding, I supposed to perform the shifting operation, but I need not to perform because both the sequences have started from 0 only. So index of n here, what we have computed, the index of n. How we have computed? We have taken the extreme positions, extreme value of x of n and h of n. Both have started from 0. Here, the extreme position of both the sequences are 0. And here, at the right hand side, what is the extreme position? Here it is n equal to 3, n equal to 3. So 3 plus 3, 6. So the value output sequence y of n will vary from 0 to 6, right? This will vary from 0 to 6. As here n is the first point of n is 0, so I need not to perform any shifting operation. So here already we have substituted and we have calculated the value of x of minus k, or we have represented the sequence x of minus k by just performing the folding operation. So I don't have to shift the sequence. So my first point y of 0 is calculated by performing multiplication and then addition. So what is the multiplication? This 0th point of h of k gets multiplied by 0th point of this x of minus k. So these 2 points are being shifted, these 2 points are being multiplied. So after multiplication, we are supposed to perform addition. But here at n equal to 0, I can see that only 1 point is present. So addition will not be there. Only the point which will be appearing at the output side, that is y of n, will be equal to 4. Y of 0 value, it is equal to 4 only, right? Is that clear? So this is going to be 4 value. Then next, when I substitute n equal to 1, because my value of y of n or y of n, this sequence is changing from 0 to 6. So my next value of n will be 1. So if the next value of n equal to 1, if I am substituting here, means it means that x of 1 minus k, it means that I have to shift the sequence 1 unit to the right hand side. So if I'm shifting this sequence 1 unit to the right hand side, I will be getting these points. These are the points which I'm getting here now. So these are now here, by shifting this to the one unit to the right hand side, this will be 1, 3, 2, 1. Now after folding and shifting, the next point or next operation that I have to perform is multiplication. So I'm going to perform here multiplication. How I can perform? This 0th point, 4 multiplied by 2, then this 3 multiplied by 1, and then for the further points, it is going to be 0. At this point also, no any amplitude is present, so I can directly equate it to 0. So at y of 1, value which I have received here is 11. The value which I have obtained here is 11 when n equal to 1 substituted. Now the next point, when I'm going to substitute n is equal to 2, what I supposed to do? I supposed to shift this sequence, folded sequence, 2 unit to the right hand side. So this folded sequence is being shifted 2 unit to the right hand side. So after performing shifting, the next operation that I supposed to perform is multiplication and finally addition operation. So these are the operations that I have to perform. So here this is going to be 4 multiplied by 3, 1 multiplied by 2, 2 multiplied by, sorry, 4 multiplied by 3, 3 multiplied by 2, and 2 multiplied by 1. So I have written here 2 plus 6 plus 12. So it is going to be 20. So y of 2, the value which I have obtained is 20. Okay, y of 2, the value which I have obtained here is 2. So this is the value which is going to be received here. Then next, when I am substituting n equal to 3. So 3 indicates that I have to shift the folded sequence 3 unit to the right hand side. If I am shifting this sequence 3 unit to the right hand side, I have obtained this is the my new sequence after shifting. So here I'm going to perform the after shifting, I'm going to perform the multiplication. So it is going to be 1 multiplied by 1 plus 2 multiplied by 2 plus 3 multiplied by 3 plus 4 multiplied by 1. So y of 3 after addition, I'm getting y of 3 is equal to 18. So next value of y of n will be 18. So how much such a points we can find out? The 0 to 6, these many points that we are going to calculate at the for the output y of n. So here I have calculated all those points, right? The after n equal to 6, then I substitute 7. What will happen? These points are going to be shifted where it is going to be multiplied by all zeros. So output will be 0 automatically. Getting? So the total points that you are going to receive or you are going to calculate is in between 0 to 6. Is that clear? Is it clear? Okay, then the next point of discussion that we are going to see about a correlation operation. So we will be going through a correlation. Some voice is coming.
Oh.
Okay, next point of discussion is correlation. So here we will be calculating the correlation. So what is correlation? We have gone through a convolution. Convolution, what is the use of convolution? We use convolution for averaging operation in order to remove the noise from the signal. For that purpose, convolution operation is being used. So this is the usage of convolution operation. Similarly, now the next operation is called as a correlation. The next operation that we perform generally upon the signal is called as a correlation. So first of all, we'll see what is correlation, where it is used, and then we will go through a problem solution. This is probably last point of our chapter. So here correlation. Correlation is the measure of similarity between two signals. This is the measure of, or this is the comparison between two signals, where if it is similar, then it is going to be value of correlation coefficient will be 1. If it is dissimilar, then the correlation coefficient will be 0. This operation, correlation operation, is majorly used in the radar signal processing. In the radar signal processing, in order to process the signal, in order to find out distance or depth of the any object, the radar is being used. And what is the functionality of the radar? It sends the signal and it receives the signal, and between the two signals, the signal sent and the signal received, it is going to be compared. If it is equal, then the distance or the time taken signal to reach at the object and to come back from that object, using that time analysis, the depth of the object or the height of the object, it can be it can be calculated. This is the basic principle of radar. So in the radar signal operation, the key role performed by the signal is the correlation operation. So in order to find out matching between two signals, the correlation analysis is performed, right? So this is the important this is the important aspects of understanding this correlation operation. The correlation operation is used to find out the similarity between two signals. That's all. Why we use correlation? In order to find out the similarity between two signals. Why we use convolution? In order to perform the filtering operation. So there we perform in order to find out or in order to perform the filtering operation, we use convolution. In order to find out the similarity between two signals, we use correlation analysis. All right. So the correlation is a measure of similarity or relation between two signals. Now it is represented here. Correlation operation is represented here. So correlation operation is shown by using this formula. The correlation is represented by gamma. So gamma xy of L. L is nothing but the distance or lag or the lag parameter. Whether it may be a positive lag means what? Delay, we can say it as x of L. It is the delay or lag or time shifting parameter. That is equal to summation. M varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. X of M, Y of M minus L. So here, if you see that Y of M, what is my convolution operation? How I represent convolution? X of, I am going to represent here, X of M into H of N minus M. N minus M. This is my convolution operation and this is my correlation operation. Now let us take the look at this. Here if I substitute the value of n equal to 0, what I am getting? X of m into h of minus m. H of minus m, what it represents? H of minus m, it will be representing a folding operation. Whereas in the correlation, if I'm substituting L equal to 0, what I'm getting output? X of m into y of m. So whether folding operation is applicable in case of correlation, whether the folding operation is applicable? No, we don't have to fold the sequence. That is the major difference between convolution and correlation. In the convolution, we supposed to fold the sequence, but in the correlation, we need not to fold the equation. So there are 4 steps involved in the convolution computation, and there are 3 steps are involved in terms of computation of correlation. So for correlation analysis, we need to perform first is called as a shifting operation. Only shifting. We should not go for a folding. So here the first operation that we are performed for the correlation analysis is the first operation is the shifting operation. Then second operation, the second operation that we perform called as a multiplication. The remaining things are remaining operation which we have performed upon the convolution, both will be same. Only thing it change in case of correlation and convolution is that in the correlation there should not be any folding operation, multiplication, and finally we are going to perform the addition operation. So in case of correlation, only 3 steps are present, whereas in case of convolution, there are 4 steps. That is the biggest difference between these two operations. Therefore, they are different. Their applications are different. The first operation that we have seen is the convolution. The second operation that we have seen is the correlation. So in case of correlation, only 3 steps are there: shifting, multiplication, and addition. These are the 3 steps that we will be performing by using the correlation operation. So we will see now. We'll see property and then we'll go for actual computations. Okay. So mathematically, convolution correlation. Mathematical convolution between x of n and h of n is given as y of n, that is equal to summation k varies from minus infinity to plus infinity x of k h of n minus k. This is representing a convolution operation, and correlation operation is gamma of n gamma of n, which is equal to summation k varies from minus infinity to plus infinity x of k h of k minus n, h of k minus n. So this is being computed. Correlation is being computed by applying 3 steps, whereas convolution is computed by applying 4 steps. Because of that, their application is changing. The application of convolution is filtering operation. The application of correlation is to perform the to calculate the matching between 2 signals. So matching purpose, in order to find out the similarity. So one supposed to apply correlation in order to perform the filtering application or perform the filtering. One supposed to use the convolution. Okay. So the next is, but if the time is reversed, second sequence of the convolution, we end up with the correlation. If I reverse this second sequence, folded sequence, once again, if I reverse, it is taking originality. It will regain the originality. If I fold the sequence and then again fold the sequence, it is naturally going to regain the originality, and then whatever operation we are performing, that will be a correlation. At the end of day, we will be performing would be a correlation. Okay. We can perform correlation in terms of convolution, but for that purpose, what we supposed to do? We supposed to fold the sequence and again fold the sequence so that original sequence can be obtained. So in that way also, one can perform the convolution in terms of correlation in terms of convolution, right? Now here we will see how to perform correlation. We'll see in detail how to perform the correlation. Are you with me? Here we will see how to perform the correlation. There are 2 sequences given. The 2 sequences are x of n is equal to 3, 1, 2, and second sequence y of n is also 3, 2, 1. So these are the 2 sequences which is given to us. So what we are going to do, we would like to find out the output, gamma. In this case, the first sequence is taken as a y and second sequence is taken as a x. So I'm writing here the equation. We will be using tabular method here directly. So how I can get gamma y of x L, the shifting parameter or lag parameter we have considered as a L. Summation m varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. So we have considered m which is varying from minus infinity to plus infinity. So the first sequence which we have considered is y. So y of m. The first sequence is y of m. Plus the second sequence is What is my second sequence? Second sequence is X of. So X of M minus L. M minus L. Now this L is nothing but the shifting parameter. The as Y sequences we have taken the first, so this is represented as gamma Y into X. The first sequence that we have considered is Y, and second sequence that we have considered as a X. So only what we are going to do, we are going to perform operation upon the second sequence. So the first sequence is represented here, which is the starting point of the sequence is 3. So it is going to be 3, 2, 1. So this, in this way, the first sequence we have represented here. Now for the second sequence, what we do, we supposed to perform the shifting operation. So we supposed to find out the value of L. Value of L that we supposed to find out. So here, this is now how much point that we supposed to shift the sequence on the left hand side. How many points we supposed to shift the sequence on the right hand side? This is what we have to decide, and that shifting parameter is represented by L. So ultimately what we supposed to calculate, what we supposed to find out, we supposed to find out the value of or range of L, right? The first task, my very first task is to find out the range of L, right? So range of L that we are going to find out is nothing but how I can find out this both the sequences are starting from 0 only. So I have considered this is my first sequence. So I have to shift the second sequence. So for shifting of this second sequence, how many points I supposed to shift? That is, this 2 should be shifted up to the last point of this Y of, or first point of this Y of n. So if I want to shift this 2 up to this point of 3, so this is my I'm going to represent here X of M sequence also. I'm going to represent X of M sequence also. So what is my X of M sequence? Here I'm going to write 3, 1 and 2. This is my second sequence. Now this 2 should be shifted in order to up to this point of 3. So how many units of shift, left hand shift I have to give? This 2 will be shifted here, that will be 1 unit, and this 2 will be shifted here, that will be 2 unit. So the right hand shift, how many points I have to shift the sequence to the right hand? That is, L is equal to 2 unit I have to shift to the left. This is going to be shifted by 2 unit to the left hand side. This is going to be shifted 2 unit to the left hand side. Similarly, this 3 value I have to correlate with the 1 value. I have to correlate this 3 with 1. So if I want to correlate this 3 with 1, how many units of shift I should give to the input sequence on the right hand side? So this will be 2 units. See, this will, if I'm shifting here 3, so it will be 1 unit shift. Further, if I shift, it will be 2 unit shift. So L, the point of L will consist of 2 unit of shift to the right. So for right hand side, I have to shift it by 2 unit. To the right hand side, I have to shift this signal by 2 unit. So my value of L, will vary from, now this value of L will vary from 2 unit left shift, 2 unit right shift, right? So the total range of this will be -2 to +2. The total shift of this sequence will be changing from -2 to +2. So the first, if I'm shifting 2 unit to the left, the value of L is -2. So minus it has come plus. So this sequence is represented here. X of M minus of -2. So it is going to be plus. So here X of M plus 2. So the sequence is 3, 1 and 2. Then Once the shifting operation is over, then we should perform multiplication operation. So here y of minus 2 is calculated as y of minus 2 is calculated as, what is the value of y of minus 2? This is going to be 3 multiplied by 2. So this is 3 multiplied by 2 means y of minus 2 will be equal to 6. Y of minus 2 will be equal to 6. Similarly, the next shift, that is L equal to minus 1. So if I am substituting L is equal to minus 1, it is going to be y of minus 1, and the sequence will be shifted to the 1 unit to the right hand side. If this sequence 3, 1, 2 shifted 1 unit to the right hand side, then the sequence will appear as 3, 1, 2. Then what we are going to do, we will be performing the multiplication operation. So this is going to be 3 multiplied by 3. So this is going to be 9. And this is 2 multiplied by 1. So this is going to be 2. So the value of this sequence, I'm so sorry, this is going 3 multiplied by 1. I have taken by mistakenly downside. So this is 3 multiplied by 1 will be 3, and this 2 multiplied by 2, this is going to be 4. So the sequence output of this will appear as a 7. This will be the output which is going to be there. Okay, then again I'm going to perform this. I'm going to find out, because my value of L varies from minus 2 to plus 2. So next value of L will be 0. So there will not, y of 0 is indicating that there should not be any shift. So this sequence, this entire sequence gets multiplied with this sequence. So what will be the value? This 3 multiplied by 3, 9. 2 multiplied by 1, 2. 2 multiplied by 1 will be 2. 9 plus 4. So it is going to be 13. So next value is going to be 13, right? Similarly, for next value, what I will be substituting, y of L is equal to 1. If I am substituting y of L is equal to 1, it means that the entire sequence should be shifted 1 unit towards the right hand side. Okay, it should be representing that the entire sequence should be shifted 1 unit to the right hand side. So here these are the points which we are going to multiply. So this 2 multiplied by 3, 1 multiplied by 1, so 6 plus 1, it is going to be 7. So this is going to be 7. The next value which I am going to substitute is y of L is equal to 2. If I am substituting y of L is equal to 2, what I am going to get here, this is my sequence, and this is my sequence 2 unit to the right hand shift. So this is 1 multiplied by 3. So output will be 3 only, and thereafter output is going to be 0. So for performing correlation operation, we should shift the sequence, and shifting parameter is represented by L, and the range of L should be decided in order to correlate the extreme point of the sequence. How you are going to find out the value of L? L is the shifting parameter. So in order to correlate the last point of the second sequence with the first point of the first sequence. So in this way, how many units of shift required on the left hand side, and in order to correlate the first point of second sequence and last point of the first sequence, how many units of right shift is required. So we should understand the amount of shift on the left hand side, amount of shift on the right hand side, and then we can find out the correlation between two consecutive sequences. Okay, so this is about the correlation, and this is the last point of this chapter. So next lecture onwards, we will be starting with chapter number 2, discrete Fourier transform. Before that, I'm going to release a test. Chapter 1 test. Okay. The first chapter is very small, only 2 concepts that you need to understand. The first concept is called as a convolution and second concept is called as a correlation. These are the 2 concepts that you will have to understand. Okay. So now I'm going to take the attendance